I still don't actually understand why it flickers the screen to black when you start recording, but whatever. We're here with the Spore Launcher, and we have things to do, so let's go to battle, shall we? I think we were gonna go with the Spore Launcher anyway, so we'll run with it. If this mission goes horribly, we'll probably just run the Toadstool. I usually just run battleships once I get them. There's not a dramatic reason, or a drastic reason, or really any reason to run anything other than a battleship once you get it, unless it forces you to.
All hands alert! Airborne units, attack!
So I don't have the research to have multiple auto-fire guns by default, but if I just do this and hold this button, it'll make every gun that can auto-fire, so I don't really need it right now. Also, I can shoot submarines with these missiles if I want, so hooray, you have to wash your dog. And because he got skunked, that's terrible. But I have these dudes, which, as you might have noticed, have anti-submarine missiles. And oh my god, they're really effective. What's over there? A couple cruisers, it looks like, with some destroyers. I could shoot missiles at them. There you go. Have that. Take that, whatever that. Do something with it, I don't care. I wonder, are these the ones that turn into... Nope.
Enemy ship sunk.
There's a certain missile launcher that'll actually, like, parachute the missile down once it gets into range, and then it basically just acts as a depth charge, which is kind of cool. I don't know, it just hit me. Probably that dude. I'll just let these shoot at him, whatever.
Enemy ship sunk. Enemy ship sunk.
This is a surprisingly effective carrier.
Enemy ship
These high-angle guns are kind of overpowered the first time through.
Cancel engagement mode.
Second time through, they're more or less useless, but then again, so is every shell-based cannon. Because on Enemy Layout 2, which is the second and further playthroughs, keep rotating. Thank you. They all have gravity shields of some description, which means standard munitions do less damage. Then again, by that point, you probably have lasers, so it's kind of null and void. I forgot how strong these helicopters are, how much of a beating they can take.
Enemy ship sunk.
Whether or not I should just be floating towards the enemy fleet while helicopters are landing doesn't seem safe, but we'll do it anyway.
Enemy ship sunk.
Pardon.
Enemy ship sunk.
Look at all the funds they're dropping. Why are they dropping so many funds? What is this crap?
Enemy ship sunk.
It sounds like I'm saying funds as well instead of funds. There's a D in there somewhere, trust me.
Full speed ahead. Cancel engagement mode.
There's more funds over there. So really, I can do these missions without really even shooting anything. Just let the planes do it and then hold L2. And stuff will just die. I don't know why I just locked on that. Probably wouldn't hurt to shoot at these things, but you know. Wait, secondary objective? Oh. I'm gonna complete that just by doing the mission, so. Hooray! I win! Now the downside of relying on planes entirely for my damage, I think I may have mentioned this before, is that they just kind of blow up whatever they want. I don't remember there being a way to tell them to specifically shoot something. Ow. So basically they're just gonna fly around and blow up random buildings. Also, those Raptors are kind of powerful.
Enter engagement mode.
Just saying. It doesn't look like I can actually use the high-angle guns to shoot that. Yeah, whatever. This is gonna be a good mission for funds, because everything's freaking dropping funds. When did this start? It started, I don't know, 10 minutes ago? We've already picked up... Oh, my helicopters are actually getting close to death. I gotta be careful about that. We're actually getting a lot of funds. I think we've already picked up like at least 10
Stop
boxes.
engine. Reverse engine. Full speed ahead. Secondary
Enemy
objective
submarine
complete.
successfully destroyed. You mean that one right there? I know it's there. It's at 58-meter depth. What did you miss? Basically nothing. This is the first mission of the day. I don't have enough guns. I think this is basically all the guns I can fit on this thing. I'm tempted to get a battleship and just put high-angle guns on it and see what it does. Just high-angle guns, nothing else. Let's shoot this dude. Get these submarines down faster.
Enemy ship
Just in
sunk.
case they drop funds or something.
Enemy ship sunk.
There's one over there, apparently.
Enemy ship sunk.
Can't even see it, and I locked onto it.
Enemy ship sunk.
And one more submarine? Oh, there's funds over there. Oh, there's funds everywhere.
Left rudder.
Oh god, there's
Enemy
funds all
ship
over the
sunk.
place. I don't... No funds left behind. Is there an airfield here? Yes, there is. That's what's doing this. That's why there's funds all over the place. Don't shoot my helicopter. It's very rude.
Enter engagement mode.
I'll just do this, make it easier. I was gonna say they should nerf the drop rate on funds, but that's... Also, I just
Cancel engagement
beached my
mode.
carrier. That's not a thing you can do with PS2 games. Once you buy the game, that's what you get. The olden days when there were no patches. Will you be singing We All Live in a Cyan Submarine? No, because I don't have any Cyan submarines. I don't think you can actually get a submarine that's colored anything other than metal. Is there an airfield over here or no? Nope, they're just blowing crap up. Alright, we're done. That was a really good mission. I shouldn't say there were no patches because there were patches to games, but it required a... Basically, you had to go buy the new version of the game. It wasn't like a downloaded patch or something. Like, Ocarina of Time has like 4 or 5 different versions, but they're all different, whatever those things were called. Cartridges. They're all different cartridges, so you'd have to have a different cartridge for every version. And the only reason I know it has that many versions is because I watch Cosmo Wright. Or just Cosmo, if you want to call him that. I think that's what everyone else calls him. The dude who speed runs. A lot of Legend of Zelda stuff. Yeah, I think he speedruns a lot of things. But Castlevania and what is it? Legend of Zelda, I think, are his main games. Anyway, he's really good at it. I'm not. And then you have Siglimic, who does Mario. So many speedrunners. How much did we get? 81,000. Sea Dragon. 81,000 recovered funds. And a flag, apparently. Just ripped the Japanese flag off of their fleet, apparently. I guess that's what you do in war. You just steal people's flags, I guess. I don't know. Wouldn't it seem kind of silly to change our flag into the one the enemy is using, considering, you know, they're the enemy? Just saying. It's time for the operation. Hey! We get to play Operation now. That was a very silly game that I don't really understood. I never understood the draw of that, but hey. Yay, super weapons! I like super weapons because then I get to kill them. For whatever reason, my shirt is very uncomfortable today. I didn't know why. PS2 makes a lovely sound when it reads from the disc. It's like a trophy? I guess it could be like a trophy. It's like taking the head of your enemy, except instead of the head, you take their flag. So we have to destroy something at a certain time frame here. Apparently. Our ship has been ordered to destroy the Empire's ground-based forces and radar installation. That shouldn't be hard. So when do we see Final Fantasy X-2? Well, the next game that's coming is Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. I own this game, so I can do this game whenever I feel like it. Actually, I used to own 10-2 and Ratchet and Clank and all these other games too, but I sold them. But the next game that's coming is Up Your Arsenal, so that'll be done. It's not a terribly long game. I could probably do it in a couple days if I wasn't interrupted. And then, if I want to do a second playthrough of this, I can do that at any time. But if I want to do a second playthrough of Ratchet and Clank, I need to do it then. No, Up Your Arsenal. This is true. Can I do a Ratchet impression? I haven't played it in so long that I don't remember what he sounds like. Sorry. But I'm probably going to do a second playthrough of Up Your Arsenal. It's not a long game, so that'll be like a week. And then after that is 10-2, as far as I know. See ya, Tarzan. His name's not actually Tarzan, I know. All hands, man your station battles. So we got a better cyst, and other stuff. We have a lot of money though. So let's see here. I love Ratchet and Clank. It's a good game. I also love this game. Like, I really like this game. I don't really understand why I like it so much, but I do. I don't know what a percussion fuse is. Do I want a percussion fuse? It's freaking 22,500. Up Your Arsenal is in fact Ratchet and Clank 3 for those of you in Europe. For whatever reason, the European releases just had a number, so Ratchet and Clank 3 is Up Your Arsenal. And Going Commando is number 2, I believe. Missiles are good, but they're also limited ammo, so I don't usually like using them. And if we're gonna stick with the aircraft carrier, which is working relatively well, there's really nothing to research if we're gonna stick with the aircraft carrier. Because it'll be a long time before we get additional planes. There's the Aegis system, which I never use. This is really good if you use missile launchers as your primary weapon. It'll allow you to lock onto separate targets and fire a lot of missiles at the same time. You never understood why they changed the colors of the bolts from the first game. What was the first game's color? And what was Up Your Arsenal's color? Up your arse. I could get better radar, sonar, I don't think I need it. Mine detection, don't think I need it. This, however, we will grab. I was wondering when we would get that. I really should start grabbing some of this stuff, like a gravity system. It's expensive, but it's useful. Also, this velocity control is useful, but solely for unlocking other things. You know what, we'll spend large portions of money on getting systems up and running. So get auto fire extinguisher and auto bilge pump, because those are somewhat useful, and that'll be all over money. Hooray! Gray/silver and gold, copper, bronze in the others. So the first one is gray/silver. It may just be to make them easier to see. And in all honesty, do I need to upgrade? Yes, I do. We have better CIWS at the very least. Oh, and we have new systems, that's right. Weapons! This one, make better. Thank you. So we go from 12 to 14. Weighs more, has more range, though. Same dispersion. It's irrelevant. So then, they're gonna, excuse me, make a movie of some sort. For what? I got better electronic targeting too. I did. So we don't need a backwards thruster, let's be honest here. I never use that. So let's slap the auto countermeasures on there. And that will allow us to have 2 auto fire weapons. You can see the light blue ones there. They're gonna make a movie of Ratchet and Clank? That's gonna be a terrible idea. So now we have auto fire weapons out the wazoo for now. And larger caliber, or larger machine guns, basically. That's how that works. Hooray! To battle! And we will take this with the spore stool. Welcome back, good sirs. A BioShock movie has the potential to be alright. Certain games would go well as being a movie, just because of the atmosphere that's already existing in the game.
Full speed ahead. All hands alert. Airborne units, attack. Airborne units, attack.
Right, so the way I believe I normally do this is to cut straight north, move along the north coast, and then hit the central island. So, what's over here, actually? Just a fleet, alright. I wanted to make sure it wasn't transports or something. RatchetandClankMovie.com. Look at that destructive firepower, man. Look at it. I don't even have to do anything. Also, there's an airfield right there. Should probably blow that up. I don't think I locked onto anything with that one. No, I didn't, I don't think. Oh wait, maybe? I guess I did. Whatever. Funds! So basically what I have to do is just go along the coast and do this.
Cancel engagement mode.
It's not exactly a very difficult mission.
Stop engine. Reverse engine. Right rudder. Stop
Darn right,
engine.
left rudder.
Full speed
Alright, here we
ahead.
go. There's already a trailer for it. Interesting. This is a timed mission, but I believe we should have plenty of time. Especially since we're using aircraft, the aircraft will probably end up doing it for me. But we should have enough time to run around and pick up funds, so. And especially, hold on. Okay, never mind. My radar's just not big enough. Surprisingly, freaking half the map radar is not large enough. Funds, look at it all. 1, 2, 3, there's 2 right there, there's another one in the back. My word.
Objective complete.
And apparently I completed an objective. Good job, helicopters, because I haven't been shooting submarines.
Enemy ship sunk.
There's funds here. I know there's a couple back that way as well. Oh, periscope. Did those funds disappear? Did I get them? I don't know. It didn't look like I got them.
Enemy ship sunk.
Wasn't paying attention either, so. And they're all sunk. Funds! That's all I care about really is funds, because the quicker I get research, the easier this is. It's also easier the second playthrough. Enemy ship sunk. Enemy ship sunk. Funds obtained. Recovered, whatever. There's a fleet behind me that's being murdered, but, you know. How's that going for you guys? It's going pretty well, I see. Yeah. Anyway, I got parts.
Stop
There's
engine.
funds.
Reverse engine. Full speed ahead.
Any funds behind me? Yes. There's a lot behind me. In fact, we don't even need to kill anything over here. So the sole purpose of going all the way over here is this one box of funding. Every single plane that I just killed dropped funds. Planes are OP, man.
Right rudder.
Also carriers that can do pivot turns, kind of OP. Most of my bombers, in fact all of my bombers I think, are over by that fleet that's behind me, which means they're not blowing up the objective. It's a bit irritating. And those funds just disappeared. I'm tempted to take one more, like, Raptor or something off, and put, or maybe a couple Raptors, and put a couple support helicopters on it that can pick up boxes for me.
Stop engine. Reverse engine.
Because that would make this part of it a lot faster when I can just go forward and they'll pick up the boxes for me. And it'll keep me from missing so many of them. So. Have some missiles! I don't even know what I'm supposed to be shooting at, but I'm just shooting things. So have missiles. Most offensive carrier ever. It's like a carrier with built-in anti-carrier missiles. And that's all fun. So, I failed. Aww, I forgot about that objective actually. I actually forgot about that objective. You can't blow up civilian buildings. Also, that's a really weird colored mission failed screen for whatever reason. Oh well, at least we got funding. And a C rank, surprisingly, despite failing. Look at that, 53,000 funds. For failing. Hooray! Now I'm curious, my planes, this might be a problem. My planes will bomb every building, regardless of whether that building actually needs to be destroyed, because every building is an enemy and they just blow up enemies. We don't like buildings around here, obviously. Do I have a support helicopter? Yes. I do. So let's just replace all of the bombers, because they're gonna blow stuff up. And then I'll just have to manually blow things up and pay attention to things. Rather than just holding the shoot everything button. Would probably help anyway. And then we'll just put the bombers back on later. You replace. That'll only let me replace them. Actually, no, that'll use everything. I don't remember what the helicopter is. Probably should have remembered the name. It's not a Catalina, because that's a scout, isn't it? I don't know the names of helicopters. By God, somebody help me. That's a bomber, apparently. UH something, right? It's one of these. Container, there we go. And we'll have 7 support helicopters with containers. The downside, of course, is those are really weak. So, you know. Try not to get them killed, I guess. That's gonna be quite the task for me, given how often I get my planes killed, but whatever. It'll be alright. I think that's the second mission I failed, pretty much entirely to my own stupidity at this point.
Full speed ahead. All hands,
And of course I have them in the
airborne
freaking
units,
Raptor
attack.
group, so. I think if they have nothing to pick up, they'll just hang around me. But I could be mistaken, and they'll just fly around randomly. It looks like they will hang around me. Alright. So at the very least, they'll be somewhat defended. We need to blow that up, not the hangar. We don't need to blow up the airbase, but it's a freaking airbase. Battery. And nothing over here. Alright. That's that area done. You are not dead. Probably because I'm locking onto the space next to you, but whatever. Yeah. They have to circle around and then hit it. Whatever. Now, so long as those helicopters stay relatively close to me, they will be relatively safe. They're very weak, though, as mentioned. So hopefully they don't just wander off into the enemy fleet and get themselves killed, but I have no control over them, so...
Enter engagement mode.
And I'm gonna accidentally blow up a building next to me. Yep. Oh well. As long as we don't blow up too many of them, we should be alright. Also, enemy ships sunk. Hooray, ships!
Enemy ship sunk. Secondary objective complete.
Alright, that's all the boats here. And I think I'm actually relatively close to just shooting these, so we'll go over here. How are my helicopters doing? I don't even know where they are. I think they're all next to each other. Yeah, they may all be picking up the same thing, I don't know. They're trying to pick up the same stuff. Whatever. There's not really anything I can do about that. I need to kill you, because you're shooting at me, which is very rude. Is that it for over here? Yes. Hooray! Lucas is back. Let us rejoice. I'm actually kind of glad I have this missile launcher on this boat, because otherwise I'm not sure I would be able to do this. I'm just shooting missiles until I get far enough away from the shoreline here.
Enemy ship sunk.
I could just kill them with missiles, but we may as well do it at this point.
Enemy ship sunk. Enemy ship sunk.
Oi, you want to die sometime today?
Enemy ship sunk.
That should be enough.
Enemy ship sunk.
Hooray! Alright. There's a missile. What is that missile locked onto? Good lord. I'm not sure if that came from me. You missed ships, indeed. All of my helicopters keep trying to pick up the same thing. You doofuses. They're doing their job though, so I have lost a lot of them. Because I've only got 8 in that group when it started at 11. That was the part you were looking forward to the most, was the ships. I suppose you would, considering, you know, that is this game, so... What are my objectives here? Destroy the enemy runway. And we have another, like, 11 minutes to do this objective, so...
Enemy ship sunk. Light damage.
Ow. Alright. Hello. Please don't hit the military building next to it, just the airbase. That'd be good. Then again, I could leave the airbase alive and just keep doing this. But you know. A bit late for that, because all the runways are dead. I'm just gonna beach myself, it'll be alright. Yep. This is totally what you do with carriers when they hit the shoreline. They do kind of that maneuver. It's alright. I'm a professional, don't worry. And that should be everything in terms of objectives, so. We could blow up this other fleet here. But they're so close to the shoreline, I don't think I really want to bother with it. Mission accomplished. Withdraw. The ground forces could have begun their invasion while I was there. That probably would have sped things up, but whatever. Keep your positions and stay alert, because there's still an enemy fleet parked like right next to me when I ended that mission. A rank. Woohoo! And another 70,000. And guided mines! And a flag! To be honest, I'm more interested in the flag than the guided mines, but whatever. A facility related to superweapons near a volcano. They must be dwarves. They use the volcano's magma to power their metal industry. Let's make door fortress right